Hello, welcome back to our channel. So we're going to reverse sear some ribeyes on our offset smoker. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to smoke these ribeyes using some post oak wood. So we're going to smoke them, get a real nice smoky flavor on the inside of it. And then we're going to finish it off. But we're going to smoke it until about 115 degrees internal. And then we're going to go ahead and sear the outside of it right inside our firebox. So right here, we're gonna go ahead and throw some salt on it. While it comes up to room temperature, let's go ahead and get that salting process started. So go ahead and be generous on the salt. I use olive oil as a binder, but I go ahead and give it a generous amount on both sides. So in the beginning, we added salt as it came up to room temperature. So we left it out for about an hour. But here we adding a little bit of Tony's on each side, and then we go pretty heavy on the salt, pepper, garlic. But just remember to do both sides and don't be afraid to go heavy on your salt, pepper, garlic. So while your steak is coming up to room temperature, let's go ahead and get this offset started. So because we are reverse searing, we're actually going to need this firebox. So this time we're not going to use that basket as our to keep our wood inside of. We got to take that out because we're going to be searing the steaks right inside of here. So I got different grates for this process. So you add them in, it's going to be make them a V, like just the letter V. Make it a V. You're going to get real good airflow through this. A pretty big flame, which is what you want inside of that firebox. But we're going to get it real hot. Real fast. And make sure you close the door because whenever you dump your charcoal inside of it, you don't want it to fall out inside of your bucket. That's what that bucket is there for, just in case you forget, but that's why I close it. So now that you got the fire started, go ahead and open up that door on the side and let that air come in. Remember, you want to get this, you're going to smoke it at about 275 away from the box a little bit, but you want to keep that door open and let that good airflow go in. But yeah, just add your steak on, and I got it kind of towards the middle, so that way it's away from that heat. We just really want that smoke flavor. We don't want to cook it over here. I mean, obviously it's going to cook, but you really don't want to cook it in this part of it. So I have a meat thermometer. I have two of them actually, but this one is it just consistently monitors the meat, and it actually has an alarm on it. So if I'm not sitting right next to it, I can hear that alarm going off. But we're gonna set it to 115, and that way it goes off, and we're done with this side with the actual smoking part of it. But yeah, I just insert the thermometer in one of them. You don't need to do all of them, but just set it in the first one here. Close the lid, and then we'll check on it in about 25-30 minutes, see how it's doing. So about 30 minutes passed, we check on the steaks, and it looks pretty good, coming right along. I think the whole time it took was about an hour. It was about an hour on that smoker smoking, getting up to 115. So the alarm is going off. It's at 115 degrees. So now it's time to go ahead and move these away from that fire. We don't want them to cook more than they already have. And it's time to get this firebox ready. So I go ahead and add another piece of wood. This is gonna be fuel. So add your wood. I'm gonna add these grates on there. Let them grates come up to a really hot temperature before I add those steaks. You know, you can actually look at these steaks now and look at the outside of it right here, and you can see how red that is. That's actually the smoke flavor. You know how you get a smoke ring and that smoke ring is red? It's the same thing with the steaks. Remember, we just smoked these steaks just now. Now we finna go ahead and sear them. So go ahead and add them right on top of that fire. Don't close the lid. It's not gonna burn it. It's too cold to burn. So it's going to actually come up the temperature right here in that firebox, right over that fire. And if you see right here, look how close the fire is to the wood. Right here I'm showing you the really, really good airflow. I mean, there's no ashes down there, but that fire is right on top of those steaks. So that's how you want it. You want it to sear, like give it a nice crust. Finish cooking, we want that to happen real fast. So about 4 minutes on each side, and then you flip it over and do that same process, 4 minutes on that side, but a really, really high fire. Try to get it as hot as you can get it. So I'm just checking the temperature. So my wife likes hers more done than me. I normally like mine about a medium, so that's about 150, but hers right here says 161, so hers is done. So we're gonna go ahead and take that one off, but we're gonna leave mine on for about another 2 or 3 minutes just to get it up to about 145, 150, and then we're gonna set it down and let it rest. So right here, you can see mine is right here at 150. It's exactly where I want it, exactly how I like to eat it. So go ahead and take this off. This is done. So go ahead and cut that up. See how you like. I did let it rest for about 10 minutes, but you can see my wife's is a little bit more cooked, and then mine is a little bit less cooked. But that's how I like to eat mine. But these are perfectly good steaks in my opinion, and this is just how we like to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to our channel. Some feedback in the comments. I'm always open to feedback. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.